Last year, the Valley shined as the host for the 2024 Men's Final Four, and come next year, it's the women's turn. Phoenix is on the sports map once again, serving as the host city for the 2026 NCAA Women's Final Four, happening next April 3rd and 5th. And the woman behind it, Parry, the CEO of the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee. It is so great to have you here. Thank you so much. Okay, so I logged on to the website for the Women's Final Four. There's a countdown clock down to the second.
Yes.
359 days and counting. How excited are you? What can people expect?
You know what? We are so excited to be on the clock because now it's our time to shine in Arizona. And we are excited because it's the first time we're hosting the Women's Final Four.
Yeah.
So it is going to be epic. It's going to be iconic. And it's just a historic time in women's sports right now. So it really is a perfect time for Arizona to tell our story and to shine on this global stage of women's basketball.
Yeah, you say historic. I think of historic. I think of exciting. I mean, talk about women really, you know, the status being so elevated, women in sports, girls in sports, and in particular basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we've seen is the media attention has really increased, right? And so now if you ask fans, 7 out of 10 people say they're watching women's sports.
Yeah.
That was not true 5 years ago, Tram, as we well know.
Yeah.
And so just the growth is exciting. We just got back from seeing everything in Tampa, who hosted last week. It was just last week, the Women's Final Four. They did a phenomenal job, but we know we can elevate the event come next year.
You talk about just being in Tampa. Obviously, there is a lot of homework to do. There's a lot of studying. When you bring in major sporting events like this, the Final Four, the Super Bowl back in 2015 and also 2023,
Yep.
I mean, the planning, people think, oh, you know, we have all this time. We're less than a year out to the Final Four. Every day matters, it feels like.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, the fact is, you said we're 359 days out. We'll use every day, full days, to plan. And again, the idea is, how do we make it amazing for our residents,
Right.
for the visitors, for the athletes? I mean, this is the pinnacle of their college career, and we want to make sure we really leave a lasting impression for all of those folks.
Yeah.
And we also want to make sure we're really creating economic impact and philanthropic impact here in Arizona, right? We did that with Super Bowl, as you mentioned. We did that with the Men's Final Four, and this is just a huge opportunity. And these major events do so much for our community. They put the spotlight on us, but also create real impact.
Which is harder? Obviously, planning for a mammoth event like that, or making it better, being creative, trying to up the game better than the last time.
Yeah, I think what's great is we have such a great community that rallies around these events. Our hospitality community, our elected officials, our business leaders, our Native American communities, like you name it, people get behind it. We've got a great roadmap. And so then it is, as you said, how do we take it to the next level? And that's what we'll really debrief from Tampa on next week with all the stakeholders and say, what'd you see, what'd you like, what can we change, and how can we make sure we're telling Arizona's story?
One of the biggest questions I have for you, when can we get the next Super Bowl?
You know,
Are you in charge of that? Yeah.
I get asked that question a lot
Yeah.
because it is one of the, I mean, it is the pinnacle of major events.
Yeah, worldwide.
And so, you know, our time will come. We did such a great job in 2023, and that's
Even
always
better
the
than
goal.
2015. Yeah.
Exactly. And so we are in a really good spot, but we do have to make sure we have the community support. We have the funding support from the state level to the county to the cities to our, again, all of our stakeholders. So we have some work to do on that.
Yeah. Is there something that you are still trying to, you know, that North Star, that the pinnacle of, you know, that you still want, that you still haven't done yet?
You know, that is a great question. Right now, I'm completely focused on the Women's Final Four in 2026, Tram.
Somehow I thought you would say that.
And
yeah.
making that amazing. And I mean, we are a community that has had this run over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the country has had it.
I mean, we are on the map.
We are on the map, but how do we keep it going?
Yes.
How do we keep that momentum? How do we lean
better.
into it? Exactly. And that does take a lot of work from all the stakeholders. And so, you know, that's what we're working on. How do we fill the calendar for the next 10 years?
Okay, just put me on the #1 list when you actually do take on another behemoth project that you haven't done before?
Well,
You have gifts?
first I need to wear the gifts. First, I need to give you an ambassador T-shirt and pin for the Women's Final Four. There are not many of those out there, Tram. I mean,
will wear it proudly.
And if you wash
Oh,
it,
and
it
it's my
eventually
size.
and dry it, it'll eventually fit.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for what you do
Back at ya.
for our community, for our state, everything. These are big projects. so
Thank you. We love having you and everyone else on our team, and that's what it takes. Thank you.
Yeah, great to have you. We'll have you back, I'm sure.
Perfect.
Troy?
She's the queen of big events. If there's a big
is.
event, Jay Parry's around it. That's what I figured out. All right, thanks. Just two